Good morning. Welcome to our third video on making music with code using strudel. And this week we're going to do more work on making notes. So last week we ended up with something like this, where you're introducing a bit of music, the note of F2, the sound is a piano, a bit of decay, and the piano roll visualization. You can add using the dot notation, you can add different effects and different modifiers. So you can slow the whole thing down by, say, to 2 and control enter players, and you get that sort of effect. You see, it's a bit slower than it was. You can put more notes in. Let's put a G2 in as well. And let's put a A2 in. So the A2 there, it'll come around this time. There it is. Okay, so let's change this a little bit. Instead of writing out everything horizontally, where you've got a dot, just put that on a new line. New line, new line, new line, new line, new line. Works just the same, but it does allow you to play about with it a bit easier and try different things out. For example, you might want to comment out the decay line. And when it's written vertically, you can just put two slashes in front of it. Now the decay is not happening, and you can hear the difference. It'll keep on resonating. Um, you might want to put in the sustain effect, which will make it resonate even more. Um, Sustain is exactly what it sounds like. It sustains the note. Dot sustain, sorry, dot sustain. Give it a value of 3. And you might want to try it without the slowness. Okay, I seem to like the decay on it, so it makes it sound a bit more kinky pink. There you go. But that's much easier to do when it's all vertical like this. So where does all this note stuff come from? On a piano keyboard, the white notes are in blocks of 7, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Generally, it could be written A at the beginning, but a lot of them are written C, and you hear the expression middle C. That's the beginning of, that's the middle of a piano keyboard. Um, Tends to be written with the C with the 2 and then the 3 black notes. Okay, so there's 7 white notes and there are 5 black notes, giving you 12 notes altogether. Confusingly, it is called an octave, which sounds like it should have 8 notes, but then again, October should be the 8th month and it's the 10th. So there we go. The black notes are the sharps and flats. On this graphic, you've got C sharp, D flat. They're the same note. So C sharp is the same as D flat. So uh, that's halfway between C and D. And so you can say it's D minus a bit, which makes it a flattened D minus a D, or it's C up a bit, which is sharpened. And the same with all of them. D sharp is the same as E flat. Depends if you're going from D upwards or E downwards. So that's where we get the notes from. How do you know what notes to play? And more importantly, what order to play them in? Those are called scales. So here we have the C natural, C major scale, and there are scales for all different combinations of notes. And you can see that it's just notes being grouped together. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, E, A. It's the same notes going up and down, and these are all natural. There's no sharps, there's no flats. You get C scale, B scale, the A minor scale. A minor scale will natural, minor scale, natural, minor scale. So that's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's how we group them together. You can see that this one has sharps in it, or flats, if you look at it from that point of view. You may hear of Ionian and Dorian scales and things like that. They are different ways of expressing groups of notes. So we just have a look at the C major scale, which is just the right notes in order. Ionian scale is the same, the Dorian scale is slightly different. There are a bunch of these people just use them as a convenient term for talking about a group of notes. And you generally find that songs are made up out of notes from these different scales. So you can put three of these together. The first three notes from the C major scale just looked at, C3, D3, E3. The 3 refers to how far up the keyboard you're going. Over on the left-hand side starts from a 1, that just be a 0 depending on your system. And 4 is generally the middle of the keyboard. And 5, 6, 7 are over on the right-hand side and the higher notes. So the lower the note, the lower the number. The higher the number, the higher the note. 3 notes put together, 3 blind mice, or do a deer. If you don't want to play a note, and you might not want to, let's put some sustain in there. Might check that out. Goes on for too long. If you put a gap in there, it waits. And so, if you introduce a drum beat from last week, you can have that sort of effect. You can put in notes and spaces. Just put a sharp in there. So F sharp and take it up the keyboard a bit, and let's put a C here, C3 in there. You notice there's going to be gap, C3, gap, F sharp, and that goes up the keyboard a bit. The next one. Just Gordon. You find that the sharps sort of add a bit of edge to things at the end. Now, if we've written it in this fashion, it's going to be a bit easier to edit it or try it with a different sound. So if you want to try a different sound, you can just put in another line. Saves you retyping it and flip between the two. So GN orchestra hit is all the no, is all the instruments in an orchestra all playing the same notes at the same time. Some of them sound really good, some don't. If you get a good one, it generally sounds a bit like the Beatles' "Day in the Life." I've done that one. There you go. If you get it right, you get that art of noise, or perhaps Beatles sound, all the instruments in the keyboard coming together at once. Apply that to our drum beat, control enter, and it starts to sound quite interesting. Okay, that's enough for today. Have a look at notes, have a look at how songs are put together. There's plenty of resource on the internet shows the melody of songs. Try building up melodies, try having a bit of fun and making sounds. And I'll see you all next week.